Let's see. Hi, good evening. Hi, Instagram. Hi. Hi. What a day. Did you guys start the camp? Did you guys start your challenge yet? Did you guys start your challenge? The Move to Heal challenge began today, and that is to get you to get up and move for at least 5 minutes a day. And then every day you increase your time. So you've been moving around all day. Good. So every day you just add on to the time that you are working out. So whether that's walking, biking, yoga, Pilates, whatever it is that will get you up and moving, do that. Okay. So I did 10 minutes on the treadmill. I did 35 minutes in the sauna, which I needed. And I'm going to be doing that every day. So I have so much freaking equipment in this house that is not getting used. And I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to start working out. I'm ready to get back to it because I have been lax over the past, probably a year, honestly. But you can't make somebody do something they're not ready to do. Just like you guys can keep talking to your family about eating according to their blood type, no one is going to do what they're not ready to do. Okay? I wasn't ready to work out. Now I am. Okay? So I spent all day yesterday. Well, I can't say all day, but I spent most of the day yesterday meal prepping. That's another thing I've been very lax about. And that plays into you staying on your path. So I spent the day, I made carrot salad. I'm going to post all of the videos in the group. If you guys are not in the group yet, okay, go join the group. Yeah, but aren't you a blood type? Go Fitness. Aren't you a blood type O? Because also your exercise is determined by your blood type as well. And a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of times you guys will be doing the wrong exercise for your blood type. Oh, you're an A. Are you not doing like high intensity stuff though, right? You're not doing like high intensity stuff though. If you are a blood type O, when you get your foods list, it tells you and a lot of people don't even read it, which is wild. But when you get your foods list, at the very top of your foods list, it tells you what exercises you're supposed to be doing for your blood type. So if you are doing the wrong exercises for your blood type, I call it gaslighting because your body will literally gaslight you. Great to be here. Your body will literally gaslight you. Like you'll be going to the gym and working out 2 hours, this, that, and the other, and you'll notice that your stomach is getting bigger. Okay. If you are a blood type A, you are not supposed to be doing high intensity exercises. Okay. You are not supposed to be out here running. You are not supposed to be doing all these step aerobics classes and HIIT training and all of that stuff. Because what that is going to do to you is it's going to release even more cortisol into your bloodstream, and cortisol settles in your midsection. Okay. So if you are working out 3, 4, 5 times a week, you're going to get bigger. And then you're going to feel crazy because you're going to feel like, why is it that I'm not getting results and I'm being consistent? I'm doing everything right, but why am I not getting results? So that's why I say it literally will gaslight you if you don't know the proper exercises you should be doing for your blood type. So the only blood type that really benefits from high intensity workouts is blood type O. Okay? Blood type O benefits from high intensity workouts, running, HIIT training, step aerobics classes, all of that stuff that is high intensity. Blood type O thrives on that. And the reason that it benefits them so much is that it is another way to release dopamine and serotonin into your bloodstream. It really helps them to manage their emotions. Okay. If you are a blood type B should be doing like group stuff, volleyball, cycling, tennis, stuff like that is what blood type B really thrives on. The most important thing for blood type B is to do those things consistently. So it's not so much as this high intensity thing, it's try to do it 5-6 times a week. So you can vary your routine. You can go cycling one day, you can go bowling, you can go play tennis, you can go do volleyball. Jordan was hardcore into volleyball, especially when he was in the Air Force. Bowling, I don't know about the cycling. I mean, even though we have a Peloton downstairs, neither one of us get on it. I'm going to start getting on it. And there was a time that he was getting on it. But again, blood type B, this is the reason you guys will do well with variety, is because y'all get bored with something really quickly. Like you'll be very gung-ho about it, like he's got a rowing machine downstairs. Okay. He was all gung-ho into that. And this is something that I also experience as a blood type AB, because we are a hybrid of blood type A and blood type B. Okay. So the exercises for us will be a combination of A and B. So we will thrive on yoga, Pilates, walking, but also cycling, hiking, those types of things will also be very good for blood type AB. Now, with blood type B, you guys get very bored with stuff very quickly. Like you'll be gung-ho about it for 2 weeks, and then after that, it's gathering dust. I am the exact same way. So when it comes to gadgets and appliances and all that kind of stuff, I am so gung-ho about this thing, and 2 weeks later, I forgot I even had it. So a lot of videos that I made yesterday were just showing stuff that I had pulled out of the garage because I forgot I had it. Like I forgot I had that Breville juicer. I didn't necessarily forget I had that juicer. I just didn't know where it was. But I found all of these appliances in my garage in the storage cabinet that I have out there. And so there were some things that I had purchased that I never even opened, because by the time it arrived, the mood was gone. Okay. With blood type A, Pilates, yoga, walking, things that will calm you down. Thank you, Miss Kim. Things that will calm you down and make you feel more peaceful is what blood type A should be focusing on. So if you're trying to get in shape as a blood type A, the things that will cause your cortisol to be released into your bloodstream, you should never do. Okay, if you're going to go for a walk, it should be in nature. It should be a non-strenuous walk. It should just be, oh, look at me outside, getting some sun, getting, breathing in some good air, and da-da-da-da. Okay. Oh, are you new to this information? I don't know. Is it Milian Bonilla? Bonilio? I can't pronounce your name. But yeah, this is what I do. I teach. Oh, my sister sent her activity for today. Okay. I told her I was going to break out my little Apple Watch. And then she laughed when I said I was going to have Jordy set it up. And she's like, you had that watch for like 3 years. And I'm like, I need him to update it. wipe all the dust off, and I'm going to start wearing it. Okay. So everybody that is new to this information, put new in the comments. I used to ask this all the time. Oh, PSA. I see a lot of you guys following this fake account on TikTok. That's not me. Mama Trey Wilbon 2 is not me. And I see that it's up to like 630 followers. Don't get scammed. Don't be out here getting scammed. That's not me. So if you are following that profile, please go and unfollow it and block it and report it, because that is not me. Okay. I watch on TikTok all the time when you speak about the blood type. Yeah, but I got kicked off of TikTok because I'm speaking about blood types. Yeah, that's not me. Next thing you know, there'll be some Nigerians hitting you up for money, trying to say I'm asking you for money. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not going to message nobody and ask y'all for no money. So if you ever get that, it's not me. And the reason I say Nigerians is because that's who I got scammed by on TikTok when they stole my account. Okay. So if you are new to this information, I am Mama Trey, and I teach you how to eat according to your blood type in order to reverse your ailments. Now, if I was teaching y'all how to eat according to your blood type just for weight loss, TikTok would be okay. Everybody and their mama can talk about weight loss all day on TikTok. They don't have no problem with that. But me telling you guys that you can literally heal your body by getting off of prescription drugs and all of that stuff is the problem. Okay. So the first account had 187,000 followers. The second account they just closed down the other day had 21,000 followers on it. Okay. They do not want you to heal yourself. Okay. They do not want you to get off of those meds. Yeah, that's why, because they put me off. And we're gonna go where we can speak. I'm still gonna do what I need to do to get this information to y'all. Okay. So I started a challenge, and the challenge is move to heal. And it is to motivate you to move for at least 5 minutes a day. And as the days pass, you'll add more time to your activity. So today I did 10 minutes on the treadmill. Tomorrow I'll do 15 minutes on the treadmill. Okay. So I used to be on that treadmill for like 90 minutes. And I promise you I cannot do no 90 minutes on that. Yeah, they did. Meta, they definitely switched the servers over to Facebook when they had that little outage, that little stunt that they pulled. That is no longer TikTok over there. Okay. That is no longer TikTok over there. Everybody notices so many people's accounts have gotten banned over there. So many people, they're not paying anybody. They owe me money. There's several people they haven't paid. They keep acting like, oh, we don't know your account. I'm like, but you do. Okay. Because you've sent me money before. So I don't miss it. I don't care. I can't get emotionally involved in that because it's not my house. I'm not gonna keep getting myself riled up over something I don't own. I don't have no control over there. I don't have no control over any of this shit. So as long as these people will let me teach you guys, I'm going to teach you guys. Okay. YouTube obviously doesn't have a problem. So if you want to watch me on YouTube, I am Instagram here and YouTube right here. Okay. So as a blood type O, high intensity exercises for you guys. So if you want to run on the treadmill for 5 minutes or run on the treadmill for 10 minutes, do your thing, or run outside. I don't know how hot it is where y'all are. I think it was like 108 degrees here today. 108. I am never going to complain about how hot it is. I lived in Nigeria for 2 years. 108 was normal. Okay. I'm never going to, as long as I got AC, I don't give a shit how hot it is outside. I don't care. I'm not outside like frolicking. If people be like, oh my God, it's so hot outside. I'm like, why are you outside? Why are you out there? So what did y'all eat today? Today is Sunday. Put in the comments, and it's 9 o'clock over where y'all are. So what did y'all eat today? Put in the comments, especially the new people. What did y'all eat today? Okay. I I get in my car in my garage, and then I go wherever I'm going, and then I walk into that air conditioning. Problem solved. Put in the comments what y'all had to eat today. I haven't eaten a thing today yet. So what I meal prepped yesterday was I finally made the cottage cheese, the viral cottage cheese bread, the wraps. Okay. What is your blood type, Million? Apricots are falling off the tree. Ooh, send me some. You had some cod, spinach, pineapple, lemon water, and 2 cookies. Okay. Lamb burger with spinach sounds good. Sardines, always a good choice if that's your blood type. Short ribs, grits, and collards. You're definitely not following your blood type eating, I can see. Ooh, steak and collards. You know, I was thinking about something a little while ago. Like I made some turkey salad to go in the little cottage cheese wraps that I made. I also made some tuna salad, some turkey salad, the carrot salad, and I juiced some beets, grapefruit, and carrot juice. So I have those in the containers. Thank you. It's Juneteenth themed meals. So I have those all in my plastic containers with the lids, and I've stacked all of those in there. So that's what I'm eating on this week. But I was thinking about what is it that blood type O could do for like your wrap. What could you put in your wraps? I mean, you guys could do steak and lettuce and onion. Oh, and happy Sunday. Then I was thinking, you know how my new obsession is chopping everything up, you know, like a sub with the 2 things. You put your lettuce and your onions and your cheese and whatever your meat is. For me, it's turkey. And I put it on the chopping board, and then I just, what type? Oh, y'all could do that. Y'all could do that with some lettuce, your little pecorino cheese, steak, ground beef, and make it into a little sub thing and put it inside whatever wraps you're going to make. Here's what I would do if I were blood type O. I would just do spinach and eggs. Egg whites and spinach. Okay? Egg whites and spinach. Put a little garlic powder, a little onion powder. Pour it into a skillet like you're making a crepe. That's another thing I found in my garage with my crepe maker. Okay? If you want to make your own wraps as a blood type O, I know you guys are missing bread and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Make it with spinach and egg whites. Blend it up in your blender. Pour it into a pan just like you would pancakes. Don't put a whole lot because it'll be funky. But just try to make it thin. And then when it's done, take it out, and that's your little wrap. Because I used to make those all the time. If you are you can also do that as a blood type A. Okay. If you are a blood type B and a blood type AB, you can have the cottage cheese wraps, which is just cottage cheese, eggs. Okay. I didn't think it was going to work, but it turned out beautifully. I made 2 batches. The second batch that I made was cottage cheese, eggs, and spinach. So I have one that's just regular with some, what is it called? Everything but the bagel seasoning. Is that what it's called? Everything bagel seasoning, whatever it is. Anyway, so I sprinkled some of that on top, baked that, turned out beautifully. I posted the videos. And then I made it with spinach, and it turned out beautifully again. So I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to just have those as my bread for my tuna salad and my turkey salad. Just put some lettuce on it, some thin slices of onion, and done, baby, done. Okay? The simpler you guys keep this, the faster you're going to get results. So if you are trying to heal up, get off of prescription drugs, stabilize your blood pressure, lower your A1C, this is what y'all need to be doing, especially in the summertime. Ain't nobody trying to turn on no oven. Ain't nobody trying to be standing up in no kitchen for no long time trying to cook something in 108 degrees. Okay. So I did all of my meal prep yesterday. I'm just going to munch on that. I can grab it. I don't have to, because, you know, by the time I get off the live, I don't want to be cooking nothing. I just want to grab that tub of carrot salad, put some of that on the plate, get the little wrap with the turkey salad, and boom, done. Okay. Simplify your life. It does work. Okay. There is not going to be any other way of eating that you guys are doing. All of these diets, vegan, keto, paleo, carnivore, nothing is going to heal your body up from disease if you are not eating according to your blood type. It's just not going to work. Okay? You losing weight and you healing your body are two different things. And I know the reason that y'all think that it's the same thing, because the doctor literally makes you think that. Because you go in, this is how doctors gaslight you. You literally go to the doctor and the first thing they say to you is, oh, you need to lose 40 pounds. As if you losing 40 pounds is going to cure your diseases. They don't say whether it will or not. This is how you're being gaslit by the doctor. This is why everybody's so obsessed with losing weight. There are skinny people are dying faster than big backs. Okay. Skinny people are croaking. My mom was skinny. My brother was skinny. Both of them died very, very young. My mother was 41. My brother was 28. Okay. Skinny don't have nothing to do with it. You're not going to reverse your diabetes. You're not going to get off that blood pressure meds. You're not going to get rid of that autoimmune disease because you lost 40 pounds. Okay. It has to be you eating according to your genetics. All 4 blood types have different gut microbiomes. So that means all of us digest food differently. That means all of us have different foods that benefit us and foods that hurt us. The way to simplify this for you is to think about food allergies. Why are you allergic to something and the person next to you is not? Why is it that something makes you bloat, which is literally inflammation of your intestines, but the next person feels great when they eat something? How do you explain food allergies? Okay. The lectins in the food come in contact with your blood. A chemical reaction occurs. If your blood does not like the lectins in that food, it is going to signal to your body that it is being threatened, it is being invaded, something is trying to hurt us. And the only 2 defense mechanisms that our bodies have is swelling, which is inflammation, and mucus production. Inflammation protects the organs, mucus protects the immune system. Okay? So you guys are literally eating foods that make your body feel threatened. So imagine eating foods every day that make your body feel like it's being attacked by COVID, or it's being attacked by toxins and horrible bacteria. That's what's happening. So the normal foods that you guys love, because it's never the food that you don't love, because first of all, you're not eating the foods that you don't love. The foods that you love is what is at the root of your dis-ease. You're not eating the foods that you don't love. The foods that you eat most often are the foods that you love, and those are the culprits. Okay? And to be honest, let's just talk about the common foods. Potatoes. The number 1 food that's jacking y'all up is potatoes. The number 2 food that's jacking y'all up is chicken. Did y'all see the video that I posted the other day about the link between chicken and autoimmune diseases? I've only been telling you guys this for the last 4 years. But I guess it takes a white man with a lab coat on to tell you for you to believe it. How do y'all think y'all got these autoimmune diseases? How do you think you got it? Okay, let's reverse engineer autoimmune diseases for a second. 50 million people in America has at least one autoimmune disease. I mean, Linda, you know, any white man in a lab coat, y'all just like, ooh, it's doctor recommended. The doctor said. That's how they get you, because they have brainwashed us all into believing that those are the authority figures. And you're going to see that even more now that they're targeting Black doctors. You're going to see less Black doctors on purpose. They're literally right now, present day, targeting Black doctors. They are reversing laws. They are reversing bills and things that have passed in order for us to even have as many Black doctors as we have now. So you're going to see less Black doctors. Okay? Which I hope the Black doctors become naturopathic doctors. That's what I hope. I hope that every Black doctor that is being blackballed or is not allowed to work at this hospital and is that, I hope they all become naturopathic doctors. I hope they all open their own specialties, no longer be an MD. Okay? Because 93% of all the doctors in America are MDs. That means you are a medical doctor. Okay? Medical doctors do not heal you. They do not cure you. That is not what they are supposed to do. So when your doctor does not talk to you about food, it is because legally he's not supposed to be talking to you about food. They're not supposed to position food as a way of healing. The only way they're supposed to help you is to manage your symptoms with prescription drugs, radiation, and surgery. Go look up the definition of an allopathic medicine doctor. Go look up allopathic medicine, then go look up doctors that practice allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine was created by John D. Rockefeller to sell the runoff of his oil. The runoff of his oil was petroleum. They created petroleum-based drugs, which you guys are using to this day, because John D. Rockefeller wanted to find something that he could make some money off of with this other oil that's just sitting over there. John D. Rockefeller funded all of the medical schools in America. That's who started your doctor's education, was John D. Rockefeller, the richest man in the country. Okay? You're still taking drugs that are Vaseline. How can your body heal if you're putting Vaseline in it every day? Fats, can you go lay down? I don't have time. I'm trying to get through this so I can go bowling. Go lay down. Come here. Jeez. It's the face. He gets me every time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Every time I try to just tell him to go lay down and I turn around and I see that, I be trying not to turn around and I see that face. Hello, love. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Okay, Fats. Fats, please let mommy finish. Thank you. Just have to say thank you, good boy, and he'll leave. John D. Rockefeller is who started prescription drugs. Okay? The doctors are the dealers. If you are going to see somebody and they are managing your dis-ease, with medicine, just know you're working with a dealer and not a healer. They are literally managing and keeping your disease alive. This is why nobody ever heals under a doctor's care. Do y'all know that 15,000 people on Medicaid die every month under a doctor's care? I know. Fats is just amazing. You know who I'm obsessed with is the Asher House. Do you guys know the Asher House? Sidebar. Do y'all know the Asher House? It is this sanctuary where he goes and saves dogs that are going to be euthanized, which, first of all, I don't understand you euthanizing dogs. I can't wrap my mind around it. People just go and surrender their dogs or drop them off on the street. And the Asher House has a 200-acre sanctuary where they go and rescue dogs, and then they just bring them back, and they live freely, and they're just happy. Y'all need to go look up the Asher House. There are all types of videos on Facebook and Instagram, and I donate to them and all of that. Okay. Not only do they have dogs, they have cats, they have horses. You know, people love to discard animals. I don't know how that's possible, but they do. Okay. And I will say this. People would adopt more animals if they make it easy to adopt animals. It is not easy to adopt dogs. All these rules and all these regulations, and we need to come and see your house, and say the dog is living in a cage right now. You don't think that my house is better than him living in a cage? He's living in a cage. He's on a waiting list to get euthanized. And you don't think that I can offer him a better opportunity? When we lived in California, they were like, oh, yeah, we need to come out and see your house. And da-da-da-da-da. Excuse me? Ma'am, this is not foster care. Not in Cal. It wasn't easy in California, and I hear it's not easy in Vegas either. So make it easy. Make it easy for somebody to come and pick up a dog and take them home and love them. How about that? I would have a pet turtle or a salamander. Ooh, you can have all the reptiles and things. I'll take all the dogs. I'm telling you, if they made it easier, I'll probably have 10 dogs in here already. So maybe that's saving me. Okay. How many of you guys are on prescription drugs? Put in the comments. How many of you are on prescription drugs? Okay. I ain't trying to be all up in your business, but we're just trying to make a point here. Okay. I know several people that were on or are on blood pressure meds. Let's just use blood pressure. Okay. Because that's usually the most common one that they love. They love to tell you that you are pre-diabetic, and they love to tell you that your blood pressure's high. Okay. I'm just going to wait for y'all to put it in the comments. Okay. So I see people on both platforms. Here's the thing. Y'all have been on these meds all this time for neuropathy. You've been on these meds all this time. Why are you not healed? Yeah, they're never getting off. The doctor has no plans of you ever getting off those meds. Hi, Shivani. Yeah, I was on steroids for a few months after I had my lung surgery. I gained 80 pounds in the first 6 months. I gained 80 pounds in the first 6 months and got off. Okay. If they can get you on these meds, they're never going to let you get off of them. They will not. Yes, your nerves can heal. Absolutely. Everything in your body can heal. Everything. And I remember when you told me that you were on all those steroids. I was like, girl, you gotta come off from steroids. That's where most of your weight came from. I'm certain that's where most of your weight came from. Okay. Everything in your body can heal given the proper environment. Okay. Because ask yourself this question: why do you have the disease? How did you get the disease? Because again, doctors will make you believe that you've handed these diseases down. You've inherited this disease because people in your family have this disease. Let's break that down for a second. The reason that the whole family will be diabetic or the whole family has high blood pressure is because a lot of y'all share the same blood type and you're eating the same food. Okay. Yeah, the carbs, it's sugar. I will say this: 80% of y'all sitting on this live right now, your ailment stems from you consuming sugar in all of its forms. You have to understand that most of the stuff that you guys are consuming, if you're eating anything processed, it turns into sugar in your body. Even if you're eating processed meat, let's just say you're eating meatballs from Costco. Do you know that the meatballs from Costco have wheat in them? Wheat is going to turn into sugar in your body. At the root of most of your problems is sugar. Let me lower that because some of y'all have your issues from chicken. Didn't come from sugar. It came from chicken. It came from the fact that you are filling your body with estrogen. If your estrogen is too high, you are going to trigger an autoimmune disease in your body. That is what caused it. Okay. And there is no way that your ailment is going to leave your body if you continue to feed your ailment. If I stop watering all of these plants, what would happen? They would all die. You know why? Because they're not being fed. Any disease that you have in your body is kept alive because you're feeding it. So let's reverse engineer it. If your autoimmune disease came from you consuming chicken 3 times a week for the last 10 years of your life, 20 years, 30 years of your life, and now you have lupus or you have MS, both of those things Black women have more than anybody else. Because out of the 50 million people that have at least one autoimmune disease, the majority, first of all, 80% of those people are women. Did y'all know that? America has 50 million people with autoimmune diseases. 80% are women. Why is that? Because autoimmune diseases feed on estrogen. And then out of those 80% of women, the majority are Black women. We are literally at the top of all of the disease list. Heart disease, autoimmune disease, arthritis. Arthritis is also an autoimmune disease. Diabetes is an autoimmune disease. Okay. Black women are at the top. Black women have more hysterectomies than all of the other blood types. Black women have hysterectomies 3-1. Why is that? Estrogen. Why do Black women have all these fibroids? Chicken. Estrogen, first of all, is a growth hormone. It creates growths in the body. 70% of women over the age of 35 have what's known as estrogen dominance. 70% of the women in America over the age of 35 have what's known as estrogen dominance. I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all can't go look up. Everything that I'm telling you, you can go and look up right now. Okay. So let's just look at what has caused all of this. Okay. Well, baby formula is soy. As a blood type O and a blood type B, you can never have soy. Okay. Soy is going to trigger an overproduction of estrogen in your body. Soy does not have estrogen. It triggers your body to create more estrogen. Okay, that's what y'all need to understand that. Because the minute somebody mentions soy, you're like, oh, soy has estrogen. No, chicken has estrogen. Estrogen is in living things. Okay. The chickens that we consume today have been genetically modified to have higher levels of estrogen because estrogen is a growth hormone. So it causes the chicken to grow super fast. So the chickens that you guys see today, these big old swollen ass chickens, it's only taken 42 days for those chickens to grow to 6.5 pounds. Back in the day, it would take months for a chicken to grow to 2.5 pounds before it was genetically modified. Y'all love to talk about something being GMO, and usually it's fruits and vegetables. But the most genetically modified thing that you guys are consuming is chicken. GMO means genetically modified. Hey, Miss Sylvia. So let's go back to your baby formula. Let's go back to the beginning. Baby formula is made from soy. If you are a blood type O and a blood type B, you can never have that. Okay? That is 55% of the US population. So now your baby has higher levels of estrogen automatically, just off the rip. Then when they get those two little teeth, you start sticking chicken bones in their mouth for them to teeth on. Then when they get more teeth, you're starting to take them over to McDonald's and give them those chicken nuggets, right? Then when they can have regular food, you're now feeding them chicken 2-3 times, 3-4 times a week. What else raises your estrogen? Oats. The first baby food that you're feeding your kid is usually oats, isn't it? That baby, the baby food that you put in the bottle, because y'all always say the same thing, that, oh, he needs to get full so he can go to sleep. You know how y'all be putting that baby cereal in the bottle? It's usually oats. Oats raise your estrogen. So y'all out here giving your little kids oatmeal every day. Another thing that's encouraging estrogen production. So now, by the time your little girls get 7, 8, 9 years old, they have their periods. Do you know that it is common for Black and Hispanic girls to get their periods at 7, 8, 9 years old, but not common for other races of girls? So if you have a white daughter who started her period at 9, 10 years old, that's abnormal. So when you take her into the doctor will give her all kinds of tests and this, that, and the other. But if they're a Black baby or Hispanic baby, it's normal. You breastfed until your kids were 4? I never breastfed Jordan. Jordan was a blood type B, and this is how I know firsthand how this estrogen baby formula does your body. Because if your kid is sick all the time, has colds all the time, runny noses all the time, ear infections all the time, it's the baby formula. They are not the right blood type to be drinking that milk. Okay? You should have from the beginning, if your child was a blood type B, they should have been drinking cow's milk from the beginning. And you're like, oh, I got to wean them off the formula and then I got to start giving them cow's milk. As a blood type B, they should never have had formula. They should have started off your boob right onto the cow's milk. because blood type B can have cultured dairy. Okay. If you were a blood type O, guess what? Guess what your kid should have been drinking from the beginning? Goat's milk. Now they have baby formula companies that make goat milk baby milk. Because I sent some to my niece because her baby was a blood type B. So that's all she has been drinking. And she's had none of those colic problems, none of the ear infections, none of that stuff that she experienced with her other two kids. None. Now, if your baby was a blood type A and a blood type AB, they could have been drinking regular formula because they can tolerate soy. They benefit from soy. But y'all have to know what your kids' blood types are. You must. You must. This is a way that right now you can break this generational cycle. I don't believe in generational curses. Nobody's cursed. Okay? No, nobody's cursed. You don't hand down curses. You're handing down recipes. You're handing down habits. You're handing down culture. You're handing down traditions. And if you look closely at the cultures, because culture is food and music, that's all it is. Okay? If you look at the cultures is what's killing you. That's what's at the root of all of our illnesses, because we're eating the same foods that our ancestors ate. So my question is, why would I eat the food that gave my grandma and all her sisters diabetes? Oh, well, who's going to get grandma's recipe book when she died? I don't want it. You can have it. Why are we eating the same foods that gave our ancestors diseases? I'll wait. You done started your eating by your type. You've been eating red snapper and broccoli for 3 days straight. You're still learning. Are you a blood type? Are you a blood type? What is your blood type, Jay? If you're an O, you need to be eating some red meat. What are you doing? Y'all will find a way to. You better be a blood type A, Jay. Yeah, I had it right. Good. I was about to say, if you are O, you better eat some red meat. Quit fucking around. He's a blood type A, like I said. Yay. I bet you're feeling good too, aren't you? Okay. The best thing you can do as a parent, I was about to come over there. The best thing you can do as a parent is break this cycle. Okay. If I haven't done anything else on this earth, it is to break the cycle of eating the wrong foods with my own kid. If I have not done anything else on this earth worth talking about, it is my son knows his blood type. He knows what he's supposed to be eating according to his blood type, and he is not going to fall prey to the BS. Okay? Yeah, it's an honor to have grandma's recipes. Grandma was shooting up insulin before it was fashionable. My grandma had a refrigerator full of freaking insulin before it was making you skinny. Your concept has saved my hubby's life. Thank you. Oh, it is my pleasure. It's my pleasure, Miss Wendy. Because first of all, I'm not a gatekeeper. So if I find some stuff that works, I'm going to tell y'all. I don't believe in gatekeeping. If I find something that saved my life, I'm going to tell everybody. And that's why God put this assignment on me, because she going to tell it. That's why I have this assignment, because God knows I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you where to go get it. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you. Yes, my baby is an AB and she is big, but she loves chicken, everything. You get her off that chicken, all that weight's going to fall off of her, because all that is inflammation. I'm blood type AB, and that chicken was literally killing me. Like, killing me. Oh, Miss Wendy, stop it. You're going to make me cry. Stop. Y'all know I'm a sap. Don't tell nobody, though. Don't tell nobody. I can't have people thinking that I'm a softie. That would just never work out for me. Okay? Let them go ahead and think I'm a complete bitch. That's fine. That's fine. All right? All that weight's going to fall off her, because my son is a blood type B. B and AB can never have chicken, because the lectins in the chicken attacks our bloodstream causing our red blood cells to fuse together, causing pulmonary embolisms and DVTs, but also massive inflammation. Jordan lost 60 pounds in the first 6 months, literally just eating lamb. Okay. That weight is going to fall off of her because that weight is just inflammation. Okay. Most of the people that are walking around are just inflamed. So please, please, just go get your foods list. Go to brewitbaby.com and get your foods list. Cut out all of the carbohydrates. Cut out all of the potatoes. Cut out all that shit. In the next 7 days, your daughter's going to drop 7 to 10 pounds. In the next 7 days. I promise you. Okay? But if you start today, by the time your daughter go back to school, she's going to be look like a whole different person. Your dad wishes he was blood type A. He's a vegetarian. Ugh. Why is your dad still a vegetarian? Why is he still a vegetarian as a blood type O? All your papa needs to do is start eating some ground beef. That's it. I don't understand. I have no concept of people choosing a lifestyle that's not going to heal their body. I don't get it. I don't have no concept of that. Why are you choosing to be a vegetarian? The only reason that most people choose to be vegetarian, they'll say it's because they don't want to slaughter animals and all that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think most people believe that being vegan and vegetarian is going to keep them skinny. And as we have seen, that's not true at all. Okay. In my first 2 weeks of being vegan, I gained 10 pounds. I mentioned you to a couple of weeks ago that my blood pressure was normal. Last week it started going back up again. Do I need the nutrients you sell? What did you eat? What's going on? What has changed? If something starts getting back to what it was before, ask yourself what has changed. Okay. The only thing that has changed is that you started taking CMOS. As a blood type O, are you taking my capsules? We keep having problems with your blood pressure, and I don't know what it is. But also beets. Okay. Get the beetroot capsules or get the Nitro Flow because something's not right. You haven't been eating your blood type A. Have you been eating a bunch of carbohydrates? Have you been eating any rice or anything? Have you been eating rice? Listen, I benefit from rice and I very rarely eat it. Okay. Let me tell you about the high blood pressure. Okay, so you're not taking my capsules. Okay. Are you taking like that liquid CMOS? Doesn't CMOS have sugar in it? He's arrogant and narcissistic, your dad. Leave him to his own devices. No, not on a regular, maybe once a week. That's all it takes, ma'am. You need to if you have high blood pressure, you do not need to be eating anything that turns into sugar. You cannot once in a while eat it. And then I ask you what has changed, and you're like, oh, nothing. Miss Linda, it's the rice. I don't understand. Listen. Oh, he's part of the Hoteps. Them Hoteps, boy. Them Hoteps lead y'all down a path of illness. Just if you have high blood pressure, you should not be eating carbohydrates. The reason you guys should not be eating anything carbohydrate. You've been telling people about this diet. How have they responded? I'm sure they weren't nice. The reason that you guys should cut all carbohydrates and all sugar out of your life is because that is what is at the root of your high blood pressure. What no one is talking about is insulin resistance. Okay. It is not salt that makes your blood pressure high. It is sugar that makes your blood pressure high. Okay. And in all actuality, if you stop consuming salt, it will also raise your blood pressure. They're like, what do you eat? I think the way you guys should frame it when somebody asks you guys, what do you eat if you're eating according to your blood type, is to talk about what you do not eat. That's what you should do. Talk about what you don't eat. Because when you're telling people that you eat, you're eating according to your blood type, and now you eat red meat and this, that, and the other, they think that it's okay for them to eat red meat and still eat potatoes. I think you guys should tell them what you no longer eat. I no longer eat potatoes. I no longer eat cheese. I no longer eat. Okay. And then they say, oh, they can't do that. It's none of your concern if they can't do it. By the time they have a stroke or have a heart attack, they'll be coming back and asking you information. That's all it takes. All it takes is a stroke or heart attack or some major illness, or they went to the doctor, now they're pre-diabetic and all that. Okay. That's what it takes. Because a lot of people don't give a fuck about their health until it's bad. When it gets bad, that's when you start asking questions. Okay. It could all be, this is, Jordan and I say this all the time. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. If Lauryn Hill ain't never say nothing else that makes sense, it's that line. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. So if you think about it, you guys are willing to be on prescription drugs that don't work and still eat potatoes. Because if your blood pressure medicine worked, why do they have to add another blood pressure medicine? Why do they have to up your milligrams? If it worked, why do they have to do all these things? At the root of your high blood pressure is the fact that you are insulin resistant. What that means is insulin really runs your blood pressure. Insulin is one of the body's most important hormones. Okay. So when you eat foods that turn into sugar in your body, you have overrun your body with sugar. First of all, the body doesn't need any external sources of sugar. None. Because the body already makes glucose. Okay? Glucose is sugar. So the body doesn't need any external sources of sugar. Sugar is already in your body. Okay? Your insulin is what helps to balance out the sugar that's in your body. So now you go and inundate your body with carbohydrates. Those carbohydrates, and this is where other hormones come into play. Hormones run our metabolism. Okay? Hormones run our metabolism, and then there are some people that have a high abundance of a particular stomach bacteria called alpha glucosidase. So all of these things are working. We all have alpha glucosidase. However, blood type B and blood type AB have higher levels. That particular bacteria breaks down digestive resistant starches, turns them into sugar, and stores them as fat in your body. This is also what triggers diabetes in your body. Blood type B has the largest population of diabetics in the world. Okay? So when you are eating carbohydrates, your body turns them into sugar. That now causes your pancreas to release more insulin into your bloodstream in order to try to manage the level of sugar in your blood. Here's where the problem comes in. Hey, what's going on? Here's where the problem comes in. The insulin that's been released into your bloodstream can't get into your red blood cells for whatever reason. The main reason is it already has insulin. It already has enough. It can't allow any more insulin into your red blood cells. So once the body releases all of this insulin into your bloodstream, there's no way for it to go back to your pancreas. It's just out there floating around making trouble. Okay. So now that you have this insulin just free flowing through your bloodstream and not into your red blood cells where it can do all the work, that insulin causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. So your arteries and your veins, a lot of you will say, oh, I have clogged arteries. And no, you have shrunken arteries. Your arteries are closing up, not from gunk. If you want to call insulin gunk, okay? But your arteries are getting and veins are getting smaller and smaller because you have all of this insulin swimming around in them. When your arteries and your veins constrict, that puts pressure on your heart. And that is what sends your blood pressure up. So imagine a water hose. Water's flowing freely through the water hose until you bend it. When you bend the water hose, now all of this pressure is building up over here. On this side, it's just trickling water. Eventually, this is why you have a stroke. This is why you have aneurysms. This is why you have heart attacks. So at the root of all of those things is what? Sugar. Why hasn't your doctor ever told you that? Do you know why your doctor never told you that it was sugar and that it was carbohydrates that's keeping your blood pressure high? Do you ever wonder why your doctor told you to stop eating salt? All of these things is so you stay on the blood pressure meds. If you stop eating salt, it is going to raise your blood pressure. And then on top of that, doctors give Black patients different blood pressure meds than they give white patients. Why is that? When a doctor starts treating Black people for high blood pressure, it is a diuretic. They're giving you Lasix or they're giving you some type of thiazide. That then takes out your kidneys, and then you eventually end up with chronic kidney disease, and then you eventually end up on dialysis, and then you eventually end up on the kidney replacement list. Why is it that Black people are on dialysis 4 times as much as white people? Why are all of the dialysis clinics in Black neighborhoods? Black people literally are the ones holding up the renal industry. Ask yourselves why. Why? How did you get there? My sister is an O and said that she was going to start eating a high fiber diet because she has had to have some biopsies done on her colon and a scope on her esophagus. Whew. Your sister is really about to jack herself up. The only reason that people think they need a high fiber diet is because you can't shit. The reason that you can't shit is because you are eating foods that your body cannot digest. All your sister has to do to heal her body up is red meat, and you already know that. And she won't eat it. So now let's talk about this. Let's talk about these renal clinics. Let's talk about these kidney issues. Okay. You gave her the information. That's all you can do. Just like in the book of Ezekiel, it is not your job to try to control people. All you can do is tell them. And if they don't want to adhere to it, if they don't want to change, that's not your problem. That's it. Your only job is to pass along the message. Your only job is to plant the seed. Y'all cannot make nobody do what they don't want to do. Okay? Let's talk about these kidneys for a second. Why are Black people more susceptible to kidney issues? Well, number one, people of African descent have a particular gene called APOL1. APOL1. Go look it up. Okay. That gene makes our kidneys vulnerable to inflammation and infection. Well, you're eating foods every day that cause you to become inflamed. You're eating potatoes, which is the number one thing that's going to inflame you. You're eating sugar, that's going to inflame you. You're eating wheat, that's going to inflame you. So your normal everyday diet is what is causing inflammation in your body, and eventually is going to take out your kidneys. This is what has happened. Okay? The number one thing everybody should stop eating as a Black person that has high blood pressure is potatoes. Okay? The number one thing. I know you love them. They don't love you back though. But I love potatoes. And rule of thumb, the cheaper the food is, the more it hurts you. You can get 25 pounds of potatoes for like $5, right? Well, what about sweet potatoes? If I'm telling you that sugar is the problem, why would you eat anything with sweet in the name? If I'm telling you that sugar is the problem, why would you eat anything that has sweet in the name? It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Okay? Our bodies are made to heal. The reason your body has not healed is because you are eating foods, the same foods that gave you the disease. You are continuing to eat the same foods that gave you the disease. If you are on high blood pressure meds, it is because you have been eating sugar and potatoes and bread and pasta and oats. The doctor puts you on the meds, puts you on the prescription drugs, but doesn't tell you to stop eating the foods that raise your blood pressure. So how are you going to stabilize your blood pressure if you're still eating the foods that raise your blood pressure? You're welcome. Because they said sweet potatoes were better than white. They also told you that baking the chicken was better than frying it. Listen, they never want us to stop consuming. Just like they told you that plant-based meat was better for you than regular meat is. All of it is a lie. All of it. They never want you to stop buying potatoes. So they tell you that this other potato is better for you than this potato. And you bought into that. Okay? Everything that is an alternative is literally worse than the original. Have y'all ever heard the line, "There's no truth in advertising"? There is no truth in advertising. If these advertisers told you that chicken is going to create fibroids in your body or tumors in your breasts, would you eat the chicken? If if the manufacturers and the corporations that sell you potatoes told you that these potatoes are going to cause you to have high blood pressure and kidney failure, would you eat the potatoes? Would you? Every single commercial that you see on TV that is advertising food is telling you good things about it. Just like y'all walking around right now thinking that Cheerios is going to lower your cholesterol. Let's talk about cholesterol for a minute, because that's the new thing. Everybody got high cholesterol now. Now the new thing, whenever everybody has something, it is to sell you drugs. Okay? Your cholesterol is not high. If your cholesterol is 300 or less, it is not high. Because in the 70s, a normal cholesterol level was 300. The only reason they lowered the standard for your cholesterol levels is so that they could tell you that your cholesterol was high, so that they could then start prescribing you those statins, which immediately give you dementia. Let me tell you how that process works. Have y'all noticed that everybody and their mama got dementia now? How come your mama don't remember who you are? How come your dad doesn't remember who you are? Your mom and your dad remember who you were before she started taking statins every day. They remember who you were before they started taking a drug that makes it impossible for your brain to tap into your memories. Your memories do not go away. They are there. The problem is your brain can no longer tap into the memories because you are taking something that is preventing that from happening. Tell them to get off those statins. Dementia didn't even exist 25 years ago. Dementia is a solely doctor created illness. Doctors created it with the drugs that they're dealing. Okay. Here's what's happening. Cholesterol is to your body. Yeah, I'm over here because I got kicked off of TikTok. They banned me on TikTok. So this is where you're going to find me, here on YouTube. Any profiles you see over there, I have one profile that is the real Mama Trey that I'm not doing anything with. Any other profiles you see of me on TikTok are fake. So anybody that's following Mama Trey, Wilbon too, and all that, please go unfollow and report. There's 600 people over there following that account. That is not me. So when you start getting Africans asking you for money, listen, put this bug in y'all ear real quick. Cholesterol is to our bodies what oil is to your car. Can your car run without oil? Put your answer in the comments. Yeah, that's exactly why. Can your car run without oil in it? The reason that I know this is because I blew my engine. Blew it in a car that I had because it had no oil in it. So I know exactly what this is like. Okay? Your brain feeds on cholesterol. Your liver releases LDL and HDL into your bloodstream. LDL is considered the bad cholesterol, right? LDL is literally the car. Let's just say LDL is the Uber. LDL picks up HDL from its house and drives it to your brain. delivers it like it's Uber Eats. It's DoorDash. Let's just call LDL DoorDash. Okay? It is literally picking up food and driving it to your brain so that your brain can munch. Now you're going to a doctor that tells you you have too much brain food. Let's do something about that. Your brain is eating too well. Let's do something about that. Your brain is functioning too properly. You shouldn't be able to remember all of that shit. Why do you need to remember anything? When you can just sit in this nursing home and we can collect all this good government money and still feed you statins every day. Your brain needs the cholesterol. In order for your brain to function properly, you have to eat the foods you're supposed to eat. If you are a blood type O, you are supposed to be eating red meat. Well, what about my cholesterol? Why are you worried about something you were never worried about before? Put in the comments, all of y'all that are worried about your cholesterol. What are the symptoms of high cholesterol? Let me break this down even further. Remember when I said allopathic doctors treat your symptoms with drugs, radiation, and surgery? What are your symptoms of high cholesterol? What is it? There are no symptoms of high cholesterol. So why are you taking a drug for high cholesterol when there are no symptoms for high cholesterol? Because this doctor told you that these drugs are going to prevent you from having a heart attack. Okay, but high cholesterol is not linked to heart attacks. They made y'all believe that high cholesterol is what leads to heart attacks, and it is a lie. Why do you need to die from a heart attack when you're going to die from dementia? The only way they can get y'all to accept these diseases is to lie to you. Every time y'all go to the doctor, they are going to find something wrong with you. Just like you're not taking your car in to get a routine checkup. Why are you going to the doctor to get a routine checkup? You know damn well if something is wrong with you. You don't go to the doctor. Oh, I go and get my annual physical. That I still can't even wrap my mind around that. If I took my Cadillac to a mechanic and said, look at everything on my car and see if anything's wrong with it, you don't think they're going to come back with something that's wrong with it? Yes, patients have had heart attacks, even with the statins, because heart attacks are not caused by cholesterol. Heart attacks are not caused by cholesterol. Your heart attack is more than likely coming from your sugar consumption. Because if y'all listen to what I just said a minute ago, what is causing your arteries and your veins to constrict? Sugar. So if your arteries and your veins are getting smaller and smaller and smaller because you just had a whole carbohydrate, and you just had potatoes and macaroni and cheese and cornbread and breaded chicken as a meal, your ass should have a heart attack. You shouldn't walk away from that meal healthy at all. You should keel over dead. But that's what y'all are eating. My brother-in-law told his doctor he is not taking the statin. He said it's no good. Is it to live and don't know exactly? I get your point. My philosophy is this. Okay. Nobody can sit here and say that you're going to extend your life. I hate when somebody says, oh, this could extend your life. How do you know that? Because if only God knows how many days we're going to be walking on this plane of existence, how can any doctor tell you what's going to prolong your life? That's first and foremost. How do you know something is going to prevent a heart attack? Listen. You guys have to start becoming active listeners and stop listening with emotion. No one can tell you what is going to prevent something from happening. Especially if they're trying to position drugs in front of you. Okay? Because there are so many other things you could die from. Why is whenever somebody hears a heart attack and cancer, y'all will take whatever they're going to give you. Somebody telling you that you could possibly have a heart attack if you don't take these drugs. Oh, give them to me. Oh, you're going to have, you know what cancer is caused by? Sugar. And then there was some research that just came out recently saying that cancer was from alcohol. What is alcohol? Sugar. Alcohol is corn. What's corn? Sugar. What's wheat? Sugar. What's barley? Sugar. What's oats? Sugar. All of it is sugar. And if you look at the diet of the average American, you guys are eating more sugar than ever in our history. This is why 70% of all Americans is on at least one prescription drug. You are eating more sugar than ever in history. Everything that you eat for breakfast is sugar. Just about everything you eat for lunch is sugar. Just about everything you eat for dinner is sugar. So let's examine your breakfast food. Breakfast sandwiches, cereal, avocado toast, French toast, pancakes, toaster strudels, Pop-Tarts, oatmeal, all sugar. It was healthier for you to eat bacon and eggs for breakfast than it ever was with you eating the breakfast y'all eat today. Why is it that nobody was sick eating bacon and eggs? For all these decades, people were eating bacon and eggs for breakfast. Nobody was keeling over dead. Your grandparents are 95, 110 years old. But you started eating cereal and all of these grains. Now everybody's sick. Nobody had these diseases in the 70s. Nobody was overweight in the 70s. Out of 100%, 95% of the people in the 70s were skinny. You might have found 5% of the American population that was overweight. Everybody was skinny in the 70s. Everybody's hair was long and thick. Everybody's wearing jumpsuits. Everybody's skin was great. Everybody was great. You know when it started going downhill? When they released the food pyramid. Do you know why they released the food pyramid? Because corporations had a surplus of grains. And when these people have a surplus of anything, they're going to find a way to sell it to us. Just like John D. Rockefeller had a surplus of petroleum and he created prescription drugs. They are going to find a way to sell us something. So they created the food pyramid and then told us that we're supposed to be eating 6 to 11 servings of grain per day. We went from eating no grain to eating 6 to 11 servings of grain per day. Let's just talk about wheat, for example. 4 things happen to your body when you consume wheat. This is for everybody, but it's super detrimental for blood type O and blood type B. Super. Okay. The first thing that happens when you consume wheat is it causes a violent inflammation in your intestines. Violent. You call it bloating. But what is actually happening is your intestines are inflamed. So because you like bread and pasta and cereal and processed foods made from wheat, now your intestines are inflamed. The reason that today you think you cannot digest red meat is because every time you ate red meat, you ate it next to something that causes your intestines to become inflamed. It is impossible for your intestines to break down. Well, how is it going to process food if they're inflamed? Exactly. That is why you have fast food restaurants and liquor stores in your neighborhood, because they are there to make us sick. So we go to the doctor, so we get prescription drugs. The number one industry in America is pharmaceutical. The number one industry in America is not manufacturing cars. It's not this, that, or the other. It is drugs. Go look it up. Our food supply creates future disease. Our food supply creates future disease. And the people that go to medical school know that. Doctors know that. They know that they're just in it for the money. That's why when anybody talks to me about a doctor, I say every doctor ain't shit. Unless your ass is teaching people how to reverse their ailments or heal their bodies with food, then you're a drug dealer. You signed on for that. You signed on to keep information from your patients. You signed on to lie to your patients. You signed on to unalive a certain amount of Americans every year. You signed on for that. So that's why I always get offended when someone's like, "Are you a doctor?" Absolutely not. I will sweep the street before I will become a doctor. At least that's an honest living. I would be a street sweeper before I would be a medical doctor. Go and look up your doctor and find out how many people he's unalived, because it's public record. If you go look, you can go look up your doctor's license. Go see how many malpractice suits he has. Go see how much money he has accepted from pharmaceutical companies, because it's legal for doctors to accept money from pharmaceutical companies. Their only stipulation is they have to report it to a website. Go look it up. That's why I'm trying to understand, why do y'all have so much respect for doctors when they haven't cured anybody? Who is your doctor cured? Why are there no before and after pictures on your doctor's wall? Who is he cured? Who? Name one person that your doctor is cured. Because if you're cured, there's no purpose for the doctor to be in your life. So who has he cured? This is the only profession that gets paid not to fix you. They get paid not to perform what you're paying them to do. Would you pay your mechanic if he didn't fix your car? If you took your car into the doctor, into the mechanic, and you picked it up and they hadn't done any of the repairs on the car, would you pay him? Why are y'all paying? Why do doctors get paid but they haven't fixed you. What have they done? You left the doctor's office the same way you went into the doctor's office, and they got paid. The second thing that happens to your body when you consume wheat is it stops your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients from other foods. Listen to this now. Listen to this. You now are mineral deficient. You now have mineral deficiencies when you consume wheat, because wheat will not allow your body to absorb minerals and nutrients from your food. How do you think people end up with mineral deficiencies? You're literally eating a food that's blocking your nutrition. The third thing that happens when you consume wheat is it literally converts your dopamine and your serotonin into norepinephrine and noradrenaline. It converts your hormones, your happy hormones, into anger and aggression hormones. Look at the state of the country. Look at how emotional everybody is. Look at how angry everybody is. Look at the fact that everybody's at each other's throats. Everybody's talking shit on the internet. Everybody's being violent. Why is that? Well, your breakfast was cereal. Your lunch was a sandwich. Your dinner was pizza. Wheat. Do y'all know that 50% of all Americans is clinically depressed? That means they go to the doctor and get meds for depression. How did they get depressed? Eating wheat. Every day you're eating ramen noodles. Every day. Your kids are eating ramen noodles. Why are your kids so emotional? These kids, you always say, oh, these kids ain't built like us. No, because they're not eating the shit that we were eating. These kids are highly emotional and violent, shooting up schools and shit. Nobody was shooting up schools when we were coming up. Who was shooting up schools? Shooting up schools? Why are they shooting up schools on a regular now? Why are we having mass shootings? I can't remember the last time I cried. I haven't had wheat in over 3 years. It's wheat. And the fourth thing that happens when you eat wheat is it slows down your metabolism. How many of y'all are just tired all the time? You wake up tired in the morning. You go to bed tired. You wake up tired every day, just tired. You need a caffeinated drink just to make it through the day. Because the lectins in wheat literally interfere with the hormones that run your metabolism. I had a cookie and felt depressed. And here's the rub, guys. They know this. The people that are selling us these foods know exactly what these foods are doing to us. A nap. A nap. For what? Okay. You're going to go to bed. Just go ahead to bed for the day. These people know what these foods do to us, and they continue to sell it to us. And what y'all need to accept is nobody is here to protect you. Nobody is out here looking out for us. Okay. They don't even inspect the food anymore, which I told you guys was going to happen when this administration came in. I said they're going to roll back all of these regulations. Nobody is going to be inspecting the food. Nobody's going to be out here protecting us. And here we are. They were already doing a lackluster job of it, but now no one's doing it. No one is checking the chicken. No one is checking the turkey. Nobody. So guess what? You know what the other thing is that turns into sugar in your body? Green tea. You can have matcha. Coffee is not good for you. First of all, most of the coffee has mold in it. That's what y'all need to. Most of the coffee has mold spores in it. As a person that is highly allergic to mold, because I told y'all my lungs still haven't been right since the mold contamination eating those damn peanuts from Costco. My lungs still ain't been right. Most of the coffee on the market has mold spores in it. Secondly, coffee stops the body from making collagen. Collagen is the number one protein in the body. Our bodies make protein. Collagen is a protein, keratin is a protein. Okay. Collagen is necessary for healthy skin, hair, and bones, healthy skin, hair, and nails, but also the cartilage between your joints and your bones is collagen. Okay. And as we age, the body requires more protein, not less. Okay. So you are actively drinking something that is causing your body to deplete itself of protein that is so important to its functionality. So I say all that to say, stop drinking coffee because it's aging you. It's aging you. It's sucking all the moisture out of your skin. Why you think y'all love to say that black don't crack? Black does crack. It cracks. But ask yourselves, why does white skin look more cracked than black skin? Because y'all mofos be drinking coffee when y'all 10 years old. In black households, we weren't allowed to drink no coffee till we was grown. They treated coffee like it was liquor. You probably would have had an easier time drinking liquor in a black household. For some reason, our parents were not allowing us to drink no damn coffee. That was unheard of. Am I wrong? I wish I would have been a teenager asking my grandma for a cup of coffee. The fuck? Are you kidding? Decaf organic coffee with no, sir, drink whatever the fuck you want to drink. Don't keep coming back with follow-up questions. Y'all be so busy trying to outwit your body and y'all dumb as a box of fucking rocks. Why are y'all spending most of y'all time trying to outwit the one thing that is the home for your soul? Y'all are so busy working against yourselves so that you can continue to drink something that's fucking hurting you. That makes no sense. Green tea is great for everybody. I'm drinking it right now. I drink a pot of this shit every day. Thins out your blood, naturally high in antioxidants. What are y'all doing? You need caffeine, sir. You're a caffeine addict, and you think that the only place that you can get caffeine is from coffee. This green tea has caffeine in it. The green tea that I make myself has caffeine in it. The minute y'all hear coffee, you're, you can have caffeine, sir. Just get a better caffeine. Matcha is great. I love matcha. I make matcha. My matcha is next level, though. My matcha is matcha with mushrooms, because y'all know I'm a mushroom queen. So the matcha that I make actually has medicinal mushrooms in it, but it tastes the very same as matcha. Matcha is great. Okay? It just takes so long. That's my problem. I got to get the little thing out and So if you're going to do matcha, are you a blood type O? If you're a blood type O and you want to do matcha, you need to get goat's milk. Okay? If you're a blood type A and you want to do matcha, you got to get soy milk. If you're a blood type B and AB, B, you can use whole milk. As an AB, we can use soy or milk. Okay? Yeah, I sell that. So the next time you go and get some more matcha, get mine. It's bomb. Okay? But you got to make sure you have the right milk in your matcha, not just regular old milk, because you're going to end up with the bubble guts. Nobody wants that. Okay. Let me tell y'all the second thing that's turning into sugar in your body, and this is going to piss y'all off. Corn. Okay. Corn is literally diabolical, y'all, because they put corn in everything. Okay. They put corn in everything. What happens when you consume corn? What happens to your body when you consume corn? Corn literally stops your body from making insulin. The same insulin that helps to control your blood pressure, your body will no longer have the ability to stabilize your blood pressure because you don't have none. Now, when I say corn, y'all love a corn salad. I discovered from you white folks about the corn salad because we didn't know shit about no corn salad. That's just not something black people was eating. Now, cornbread or some other shit, absolutely. But when y'all said that corn salad and I had to look that shit up, y'all remember? I'm not just talking about corn on the cob and corn salad and cornbread. I'm talking about high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is in everything. Every sweet thing, every sweet processed thing y'all eat has high fructose corn syrup in it. Every condiment. Y'all know what the worst condiment is on the market? I thought it was ketchup until we fell down into that rabbit hole that time. We started looking at the ingredients of food. Y'all remember that? That was like 3 years ago. And we found out that the sauce from the Chick-fil-A is literally the worst condiment on the market. That Polynesian sauce, and y'all don't just be using one, y'all be using several. Y'all be using several. Okay. First of all, that one little packet of Polynesian sauce is 250 calories. That one little square. 250 calories. Secondly, it has high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, apple cider corn syrup. So when you think of corn, it's high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil, corn apple cider vinegar, which is a thing. We didn't know that. Okay. But guess what? Guess what else? White distilled vinegar is made from corn. Even your apple cider vinegar is cut with regular white vinegar. Vinegar, distilled vinegar is in every condiment in your house. Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, your relish, your pickles, all of it. All of your liquor, just about every single liquor on the market is made from corn. So now maybe you guys can understand why 50% of Hispanics are diabetic. Why most of the Native Americans are diabetic. Why diabetes is an epidemic, because all of these things stop your body from making insulin. If we look at what is at the root of Hispanic food, corn, tacos, Tostitos, whatever they call them, your little nachos, and all of that stuff is made from corn. And then there's liquor on top of that. Okay. So between corn and wheat, illness, 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 illness. That's barley, cornflakes, cornmeal, hominy, polenta, all corn grains. Your grits is corn. Your popcorn, corn. You got your gluten flour, your graham flour, your grape nuts, your kamut, lentil flour, dal, masticum, papadum, puff wheat, 7 grain, sorghum, wheat bran, wheat germ, bulgur wheat, durum wheat, semolina wheat. Semolina wheat is all of your common pastas, your macaroni, your spaghetti, your fettuccine, your lasagna, your ramen noodles, all semolina wheat. Your whole grain wheat, your sprouted wheat, your white flour, all of that is wheat, boo boo. All of that is wheat. So between wheat and corn, this is why we jacked up. Oh my God. If I didn't have some skinny popcorn every day, I had an attitude. I was eating popcorn every single day. And as a blood type AB, we can't never have no corn. Corn is off limits for every single blood type. Everyone. And that's the thing about it. All of these very common things that we're eating are on everybody's avoids list. All of these common things that you guys are eating is what is going to be on your avoids foods list. How many of y'all don't have your foods list yet? Put in the comments if you don't have your foods list. Another thing is dairy foods. 86% of the US population can never have dairy. That is blood type O and blood type A. And they have made us believe that we have to have milk for strong bones. And this is how our kids are healthy. When in all actuality, it's done the most damage. Especially if you're a blood type O and a blood type A. So that means only 14% of the US population can eat anything made from cow's milk. 14%. And you've had decades of campaigns telling you that milk does a body good. They got y'all out here eating Greek yogurt and shit, telling you that that's what's going to give you good gut health, when in all actuality, it is at the root of your gut problems. I know y'all love cheese, but cheese don't love you back. Especially any cheese that's orange. So all the cheese that goes in your, first of all, for blood type O, the worst thing y'all can eat ever is macaroni and cheese. What's after that? Pizza. If you want to think of 2 horror film meals for blood type O, macaroni and cheese and pizza. So blood type O can get goat's milk without getting bloated. Yes. Okay. Dairy foods not only is going to cause you to have inflammation, lactose is sugar, which as a blood type O, at the root of all of your problems is sugar. If you are a blood type O, your body cannot tolerate sugar in any way, shape, or form. Why do y'all think that blood type O has so much success with paleo and Atkins and keto and carnivore? It is a sugar-free lifestyle. And when y'all see all of these keto people doing all this cottage cheese shit, just know that those people are only concerned about weight loss. I can guarantee you half the people that you're following that are on these keto diets have a disease in some way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's leaky gut, endometriosis, alopecia. They are not healthy. Because if you're sitting around all day as a fucking blood type O and you're eating cottage cheese recipes, your only concern is skinny. Because every time you eat some cottage cheese, you are making bad bacteria in your gut. And that bad bacteria triggers these ailments: alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD. All of them people got bubble guts. All of these people that y'all are following, making all these cottage cheese wraps and all of these cottage cheese meals, all of them got the bubble guts. Every last one of them. My problem now is the sugar in chewing gum. Well, you know your problem, so all you gotta do is stop eating it. And then the sugar-free gum's not gonna be better. So just stop chewing gum. Chew on a toothpick. Every keto group that y'all see on Facebook, every last one of them is making cottage cheese recipes. Okay. Only 14% of the US population can consume cottage cheese recipes. The only thing that keto and carnivore people are concerned about is being skinny. Corona, you just not going to do the right shit. Why don't you go get your foods list? What is your blood type? You sound like an O. You sound like a hard-headed ass O. Are you a blood type O, Corona ass? You sound like a hard-headed ass O. I don't know why y'all feel like I need to convince y'all to do what's right for your body when your body is already telling you that you're fucking it up. All right, man. Listen, you need to go over to TikTok. I mean TikTok shit. Go over to Amazon, same difference, and get the Eldon blood typing kit so we can find out what your blood type is. And I'm gonna guarantee you're an O. Just personality questions, you're an O. I could save you $10, but we definitely need to know what your blood type is. But I guarantee you, personality-wise, you're an O. Because it's always the O's that's hard-headed as hell. but. What about coconut milk? What about? To be safe, just drink goat's milk if you must have milk. Okay? To be safe, goat's milk, because it's not cow's milk. Here's what y'all need to understand. Okay? Lactose is sugar. Y'all have gone all your lives thinking that lactose was dairy. So they came out with a whole milk industry, a lactose-free industry to make you believe that you're getting dairy-free milk. So Lactaid got y'all out here thinking that if you're just drinking Lactaid milk and eating Lactaid ice cream and Lactaid whatever the hell they sell, butter, I don't know, that you're getting dairy-free foods, and that's not true. Lactose is the sugar part of the dairy. As a blood type O and a blood type A, you can't have dairy. It didn't say you can't have the sugar in the dairy. You can't have the dairy, period. Gotcha! See how they play in your face? That's how they play in your face. Because again, say it with me, they do not want you to stop consuming. So they're going to put something else in front of you that's supposed to be better for you, when in all actuality, it's the same shit. Stop eating fried chicken. Eat baked chicken. It's still chicken. Stop eating white potatoes and eat sweet potatoes. It's still potatoes. Stop drinking regular cow's milk and drink Lactaid. It's still milk. Y'all ain't mad yet? Y'all ain't mad that y'all been hoodwinked all this time? Y'all are not pissed off yet? Y'all are not pissed off at knowing that the reason you're sick is because of commercials? You said y'all inquisitive. Even y'all can be inquisitive. I don't mind that. But y'all always need like some proof. Okay? You should be. Because I was. You mean to tell me that this chicken that they've been advertising and pushing on us all of our lives is why I'm sick, why I'm laying in the bed and can't get out of it, why I'm so swollen from head to toe, why I'm in so much pain, why I'm bleeding profusely, like on my period for 45 days straight. You mean to tell me that the chicken that they told us was so healthy for us is what's killing me? Then they got big head ass, wrinkled face Jamie Lee Curtis out here telling y'all that y'all supposed to be eating some damn proactive. What is it called? Activia. Ain't that it? The yogurt. Have y'all seen that lady's face? Have y'all seen Jamie Lee Curtis's wrinkles? Y'all not concerned about taking advice from somebody whose wrinkles look like the desert floor? She need to be slathering that yogurt on that face. I am 56 years old. I think I'm older than Jamie Lee Curtis. I think I'm older. You said she's 800 years old. Now, let's find out how old Jamie Lee Curtis is. Let's go see. Let's go Google it. Jamie Lee Curtis. She's 66. Even at 66, I'm not going to have this face. I'm not going to have that face. I'm not going to have that face at no 66. I am not going to have. I am not going to have them wrinkles. What the hell? What about babies after breastfeeding? I don't understand your question. What does that mean? What about them? She said, is your mom wrinkled like that? I guarantee your mama ain't wrinkled up like that. Maybe that's from all that damn yogurt she eating. Y'all sitting around wondering why you have IBS and IBD, why you have yeast infections and urinary tract infections and COPD and thyroid issues and all that stuff. All of that stuff comes from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. Our bodies are made up of nothing but bacteria and human cells, and we have trillions of bacteria. We have more bacteria than we actually have human cells in our body. So if you're eating foods that your body's bacteria does not like, it's going to get angry because it is a living thing. You are literally sharing your body with trillions of bacteria that have different functions in your body. Okay. Just like that alpha glucosidase bacteria I was telling you guys about that breaks down digestive resistant starches and turns them into sugar and then stores them as fat in your body. We have hundreds of different strains of bacteria, hundreds of different strains, and that bacteria will kill you. And you're feeding it food every day that it hates. The number one thing that your body's bacteria hates as a blood type O is dairy foods. Then you run into the doctor because you got IBS and IBD. What about your skin issues? Do you know that your skin issues all come from having bad bacteria in your gut? And you going out here to the dermatologist and you buying everything online for your skin. Nothing is going to help your skin if you continue to eat the food that mess your skin up. So if you're still out here drinking orange juice, for an example, orange juice is bad for every single person's blood type. Everybody, every blood type, whenever you consume oranges or orange juice, cuties, tangerines, tangerine, they're all oranges. It's bad for every single person's gut bacteria. Oranges and orange juice. And they have been pushing orange juice. There was a concerted campaign that came out in either the 40s or the 50s to get us to believe that this is where we're supposed to get our vitamin C from. They literally had doctors on the payroll so that they could say, doctors recommend you drink orange juice every day because this is where you're going to get your vitamin C from. Lemons have more vitamin C in them than oranges ever did. The only reason that y'all think that these foods that you're eating, and this is what confounds me, because if you thought that all of the foods that you love or all these foods that these people told you was so healthy for you, how are you sick? How do y'all not make the connection from the food that you're eating every single day to your illness? How do you not make the connection? They done told you that these are the foods you should be eating. These are the foods that are going to keep you healthy. But all of y'all are sick. I'm confused. Where did you think your illness came from? The only thing that y'all do consistently is eat. Some of y'all don't even bathe every day. Come here. So you can't blame it on the shower. Some of y'all don't even bathe every day. What's up? What you doing? What you crying about, boo-boo? Can't blame it on the shower, boo-boo. You okay? What you want? Who is it? That's how you get rid of fats. Thanks for the matcha advice just purchased from you. Blood type A, I appreciate all your helpful knowledge you put in here for us. You're welcome. You've been eating for your blood type since 2024. Okay. You got an anniversary coming up, Miss Brown Sugar. Okay. That's what's happening, guys. Okay. Please go and get your foods list if you don't have it. Just try it for 7 days and watch how much better you're going to feel 7 days from now. By next Sunday, you will have lost 7 to 10 pounds. You're going to have better energy, better sleep, better skin, better attitude, elevated mood. Everything's going to be better in just 3 to 7 days. Like by the time I got to my third day, I had already lost 6 pounds of inflammation. Everybody here that is on their path in their first 7 days lost 7 to 10 pounds. Put it in the comments. Okay. That is straight inflammation. The reason that you lose, here's what y'all need to understand. You do not lose weight fast. Weight requires a cut in calories. Y'all are losing weight by eating steak, which is unheard of to these traditional people, right? What you're losing is inflammation. The reason that you are where you are is because you are inflamed, okay? The largest organ on the body is your skin. The minute you eat something that does not go with your blood type, it's going to swell because swelling protects the organs. Mucus protects the immune system, okay? So anytime you eat something that your body cannot digest or that your blood doesn't like, it's going to swell. So over the next 7 days, you're going to be losing that inflammation because when you start eating according to your blood type, this is literally an anti-inflammatory way of eating. You're not causing your body to become inflamed. That's what anti-inflammatory means. Okay? You're not eating anything that's going to make your body uncomfortable. You're not eating anything your body doesn't like. You're not eating anything your body can't digest. You're not going to need extra fiber. You're not going to need Metamucil and all this other stuff because you're finally eating the foods that naturally digest in your body. Somebody was asking me about babies. You need to know what your baby's blood type is so you know what kind of milk to give your baby after he stops breastfeeding. It's not an automatic thing that you just give your baby's cow's milk. Okay? If your baby is a blood type A and you're giving him cow's milk, you're going to have a problem Your baby's going to be sick. He's going to have infections and all these other things. And of course, your doctor will love that because he's just going to put him on antibiotics. Okay? This is exactly what happened to my son. He was a blood type B. We had him on formula, which is estrogen. Any baby formula, most of the baby formula on the market is soy. Blood type O and blood type B can never have soy. Okay? So if your baby is a blood type A and you're bringing them off the tit, you need to be giving them soy milk because they benefit from soy milk. They can even have goat's milk if you want, because it's not going to hurt them. Okay? But if your baby is an O or an A, and that's 86% of the US population, please do not give your baby no cow's milk, because it's just going to be a matter of time before they have an ear infection, colds all the time, runny nose all the time. And now the doctors have gotten to the point where they're telling you, oh, he has allergies. Why a 3-year-old got allergies? Why a 2-year-old got allergies? And they are so happy to put your baby on allergy meds for children. Allergies, they're allergic to the milk. When they say your kid has allergies, you're thinking it has to do with outside. You're thinking it has to do with weather. You're thinking it has to do with pollen. You're thinking it has to do with environment. It has everything to do with your child being allergic to cow's milk. The next time y'all go to the doctor, watch how vague and ambiguous your doctor talks to you. Watch how much your doctor makes you believe shit without saying anything. Watch how much your doctor leaves everything up to your interpretation. Kind of like the Bible. You know how the Bible is very vague and ambiguous, and everybody can get from it what they take from it? That's how your doctor talks to you. I bought my foods list a year ago, got the email, but accidentally deleted. You accidentally deleted the email? So you didn't download the foods list into your phone? The foods list doesn't stay on your email. When you click the link, it downloads into your phone. So you need to go check your files on your phone. So you bought the foods list and never used it? Y'all are not doing me a favor getting the foods list. Why you get the food? And why you ain't write me last year? Why you ain't write me last year? Your story is sounding real suspicious. Why didn't you write me last year? You didn't know how to contact me. Send me an email and get this damn foods list before I come over there. Shit. The same place you bought the foods list from is where you would have contacted me. I know, Fats, exactly. The same place you bought the foods list is where you email me at, sweetheart. Same place. Same place. Come on. Come on. You come tell her. Come here and tell her. Something in the milk ain't clean. I'm going to go bowling now. I've had a very active day. I'm going to finish my Sunday at the bowling alley. Okay. My email address is on the website where you get the foods list. Okay. Now, let me tell y'all about the specials. If you go and get the food list bundle, that will give you the foods list. That will give you 3 of my recipe books for each blood type. And I've thrown in a free download of my book, which is called Why Didn't I Know That? So the shit that I've been talking to you about and more is in that book. helpful links that you can go and read all this shit yourselves. I don't gatekeep nothing. Okay? I wanted y'all to have that book so that you could go do your own research. So when you buy the bundle, which is $34.95, and you put in the code for June, because it's Juneteenth, it's Pride Month, and it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm giving you $10 off of all the bundles. Okay? So when you go and get your bundle, just put June 25 at the checkout in the discount. Okay? June 25. It will give you $10 off the bundle. So you get the bundle for $24.95. You get your foods list, 3 recipe books, and the other ebook, which is, why didn't I know that? All of the bundles, I just put the weight loss bundles on the site as well. So blood type A and blood type O have the same bundles for weight loss because you guys use plant-based shakes. Blood type B and AB have the same weight loss bundle because we can have whey protein shakes. Okay. So I have probably 30 different bundles on there now. So go and get them. All right. Also, the tea, for both of the teas, there is a bundle and it's $34.95 for the bundle, but you put in the $10 discount, you're getting both of the teas for $24.95 or $29.95 or whatever it is. It's in the 20s. Okay. So you're getting both of the teas for less than $30. Okay. Is the blood pressure tablets included? Yes, there are bundles there. I think I have 4 different blood pressure bundles. Okay. I love that tea. Love, 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 love. And I think we're down to about 70 of the daytimes. So y'all better go get them. You only got about 70 of these left. And I probably will not be reordering more tea from Australia because y'all saw what I went through to get it. I'm not doing it again. I will try to find a US based company to do the tea going forward. But for now, I don't want the stress of them losing packages and holding it in customs and all that other shit that we went through the last time. I'm not doing that. Okay, so go snatch it up. If you love it, go get it. What else do I need to announce? Oh, if you're not in the Facebook group, please go and join the Facebook group. Okay, that way you guys have support. You can get your questions answered. We have so many files and posts and documents and recipes and all that stuff. The Facebook group is called Heal by Blood Type. Okay, so now we're close to 500. We were just at 400 like a couple of weeks ago. So let me see how many we have now. We have, hold on. Where is my, oh, here we go. 479. We were just at 400 about a week and a half ago. So good. And also the game room is not open yet. Still waiting on my niece to get her shit together. When she gets it together, you'll be the first to know. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. Okay. So the Facebook group is Heal by Blood Type. We have a challenge going on right now called Move to Heal. And it's just a challenge to motivate you guys to get up and do some exercise. When you get your foods list, at the top of your foods list, it tells you what exercises you're supposed to be doing for your blood type. Because we're not even all supposed to be exercising the same way. Example, blood type O, high intensity exercises. The reason that benefits you guys is because it releases dopamine and serotonin, and it makes you actually feel good to work out. Blood type A, the complete opposite. Everything about A and O is opposite. Okay. Blood type A, if you do high intensity workouts, it's going to make your stomach bigger. It's going to make you feel more stressed because it's releasing more cortisol into your bloodstream, which is your stress hormone. Okay. So you should be doing calming exercises like walking outside or Pilates, yoga. Okay. So read the top of your foods list so you know which ones to do. So the challenge is for the next 14 days. We're just every day, we're getting up and doing something. But the catch is we're increasing the time. So today I'll walk for 10 minutes on the treadmill. Tomorrow I'll do 15 minutes. The next day I'll do 20. The next day I'll do 25. Okay. So please get involved in the Move to Heal challenge because we all need to move. All right. But guess what? I'll be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So when I said I was going to be disciplined, I didn't just mean with the working out. I mean also getting back to coming live consistently. Okay? So I love you. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow at a decent hour so we can get all 4 blood types in. All right? Have a fantastic Sunday night. I'm going bowling. Bye. Let me just hit end here and I'll see you guys on Instagram tomorrow night.